hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Jackson passes to Johnson, and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Now here's Mozgov following the miss by Freak. And again, it's the Pistons missing. To the inside. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
And that replay sponsored by Kia. The Kia Slam Can at the Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets got down to business. He ended with 14 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
Here's the prodigy. 8 points for him. Back to Parker. 6 to shoot. Fires it up. No good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. To the paint. West with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Here's the prodigy. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's a close game as we wrap.
Well, the offense has obviously been a struggle. What do you think you can do better to make up ground on them?
We just have to wait for the right shot, really. We want to get even with them, but too often we're trying to do it all in one trip. And stay patient, keep waiting for that.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the...
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Freak really making it.
Yeah, how about that first half? He's already scored more points than he averages on the season.
Yeah, he's on pace for a monster game. It's too bad he can't score like this every night.
Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's the prodigy in at the 1. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Leonard against Jackson. Picked by Bargnani. Caldwell Pope kicks to Bargnani. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The free throw drops for Bargnani. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Detroit leading by 3. Over to the left wing. Picked by Bargnani. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 8. Clock at 4. Shot off the pick. The rebound by the prodigy. And for the Spurs, they're shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Feeds it to Duncan. Spurs working the ball around now, and the shot's good from the Prodigy.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Let's take this moment to bring you a leaderboard featuring a very well-rounded group, the top rebounding small forwards in the NBA the last 10 games. Number 5 is Stanley Johnson.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' game. I mean, they play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in our league.
Yeah, I think they all have that little bit of extra edge to their game that allows them to put up the kind of rebound numbers usually you only see from power forwards.
And the Spurs making a change here. Mills is checked in. It's a different look here for Detroit. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Parker passes to the Prodigy. Dishes it to West. 6 on the shot clock. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. The Pistons trailing. Now Meeks. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many.
Morris dishes to Baines. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Baines has got 4 points now in the quarter. Clark, third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
Yeah, it's really been a bit of a tug of war. Back and forth we go.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Detroit's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. The dish now to Calderon. Wants to get it to Morris and does. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Morris has got the game tied up here for the Pistons. Parker passes to the Prodigy. It could go. Off target.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Jody Meeks out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Calderon, and it's Udrih, and it's Bargnani in at the pivot spot manning the middle.
Udrih with the excellent feed that time.
Here's Parker following the basket by Marcus Morris. It's stolen by Calderon. And here we go. Calderon heading to the hoop. And that one's good. And the Pistons lead by 4. Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition?
And so it's San Antonio with it. The Prodigy off on that one. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll say
Andrea, congratulations on the win. What was the biggest difference maker for the team?
I think we got a lot of enthusiasm from the defensive part of the game because we're playing good defense. Everybody get excited when we get a stop. So that excitement, we bring that excitement on the offensive end.
Congratulations, Andrea. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Reggie Jackson. He was the steady and reliable hand throughout the game tonight. And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
All right, fellas, let's change it up for a bit. How many threes can you make in a minute? Freak, start. All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. Nice work, nice work. Let's get some more shots up before we get out of here.
Baby, we make magic. Come home with a thug. Let's get cracking. Always well, baby, cause happen. She got the back seat, just a freak in the hopped in the tray just to let the top back and thank God for the day. Who gives a what a hater gotta say? I made a couple $1 million last year. Still in the streets, strapped with them things. She in love with a G, so she tatted my name. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. 10 black made backs, back to back in the lane. I'ma make it rain, then I'ma make it back. You are just a lame little homie, that's a fact. Working with the police, acting like you know me. Fresh out of jail already in your
Got a fresh line up, yeah, fresh outfit. About to have a parking lot on smash. Plus I got a 7 with a 454 in the hood. Got 125 on the dash.
I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far.
Cause it's just another day in the life of the boss.
T-Pain.
The boss. Boss, boss, the boss. Boss, boss, the boss. Boss, boss, the boss. The boss. Boss, boss, the boss. Boss, boss, the boss. Boss, boss, the boss. It's short straight digging me. And I ain't even rich. I know you always on the sideline like ain't that I'm on my job. And I ain't getting off. Cause it's just another day in the life of the boss.
I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. Got the biggest car, Spanish bars, no. Call that other lane for the walks in the parks. Ain't come to play games. Girlfriend to come talk with my dog. We straight G's and we came hit a ball. Bottle at the bottle when I'm sure you count them all. Then we off to that Chevy. Taking off. Baby, slow it down cause you're moving too fast. Too fine to be moving too fast. Back to the thuggin'. Now I'm loving. Baby, that's my whistle. Sack for the jeans, 5 bones for 2800 for the I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. You could tell by the shows that's
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Indiana Pacers. And it's been disappointing lately for the Pacers. They haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. Well, the Pacers certainly have the defensive side of the game down pat. Very strong defense for them for several seasons running. The problem, Shaq, the offense, how do they make the most of their possessions?
Well, they don't have the personnel to get out and run, so they need to be very smart, especially when they slow it down. They have to minimize turnovers.
Well, to me, they're better at threes, so they got to give themselves credit for that. But I'd like to see them spread teams out just a little bit more.
And right now, the tip-off approaches, and Kevin Harlan is standing by.
Here in San Antonio, the Tower of the Americas stands 750 feet tall in the center of Hemisphere Park. This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio as the Spurs take it to the hardwood here at the AT&T Center.
No question, they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
And I'm still trying to figure out what happened there, Greg, quite honestly. I mean, no matter how it looks on paper, you still got to show up and play and compete. And it looked like they were not interested in being there.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Lawson out there with Ellis. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Green. And it's Turner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Lawson, hoping to put that miserable performance against Toronto behind him tonight.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Here's the prodigy. Screen by Duncan. Here's the prodigy. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Detroit. Shot clock at 6. No good off the front iron. On defense, San Antonio. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Yeah, exactly. An interconference matchup here. Not a lot of familiarity, but I wouldn't say they caught them off guard. There's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other team was watching.
Leonard, no luck.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Lawson kicks to Ellis. Indiana again missing.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
From 13, and the shot falls short this time. The Pacers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Count the bucket.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
To the paint, and the dunk by Aldridge.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Now here's Lawson. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Duncan with the screen on George and taken away by Ellis. Here's Duncan. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Here's Lawson. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all his.
Here's the prodigy. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Turner with the steal. Lawson outside. He feeds it to George. There's the dish to Green. The shot will not go. Nice D from Aldridge. San Antonio leading. Here's the prodigy. And Ellis with the block. And they're able to recover. Pacers have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Leonard against Lawson. Kicks it to George. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take no chance.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Jordan Hill. Paul George is checked in for C.J. Miles, and Ty Lawson subbed in for Ellis. Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's the prodigy in at the point guard position. That's the San Antonio 5.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons put on a show. He picked up 18 points and added a couple of rebounds with that. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
And that one's good by Aldridge.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And he gets the bucket.
My, he is so adept at finishing in the low post.
Spurs trail by 3. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's the prodigy. No good on the triple.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Nobody near George. And Indiana, another 3.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And Leonard gets it to go.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Watson the pass to Turner. Pick up by Hill. Shoots the 3. The shot is off. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. No good from the prodigy. Pacers leading by 3. Lawson outside. Turner with a screen on Leonard. Lawson kicks to Hill. Back to Lawson. Clock at 6. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
And the Spurs making a change here. Mills is checked in. And the Pacers also making a change. Green's checked in. He's got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Turner's got his first points in this one. Aldridge with a screen on Lawson. Pass to Duncan. Good work defensively by Turner. And here's Indiana. They're on a 16-7 run. From 11 feet away, but he stays with it. That one off the back iron and out. Here's the prodigy. The rebound by Paul George. Pacers leading by 5. Dishes to Lawson. Back to George. Rebound San Antonio.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroke. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Lawson dishes to Allen. Green against Aldridge. Green with a screen for Lawson. And the wide open shot from Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Aldridge with a screen on Allen. The feed to Aldridge. Shoots it up. Hits the jumper. And now just a 1-point Indiana lead.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And the
All right, guys. I want to go over some things before we get back out there. If there's a soft spot in their defense, it's on the break. We did some damage when we pushed it, and there are more points out there for us in transition. I'll give you a compliment, though. The ball movement's been excellent. Love how many buckets we're getting off assists. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. That's it for now, guys. Let's go get that W.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
Now, come on, Greg. That's much easier said than done when he's the penetrator. I mean, his speed and agility make him extremely tough to cover.
And the Spurs with possession. They trail by one. And on the floor for DaMickale's starting the second half. They've got Turner. Ellis is out there with Lawson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Green in a power forward.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Lawson the pass to George. Offline with his three.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Yeah, they've had their chances, and they're playing with passion. They just got to tighten up on the execution.
And Indiana shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Lawson kicks to Ellis. Passes it to George. Just 5 to shoot. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Can't connect from short range.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
It's stolen by Lawson. Now the Pacers moving it up. Rejected by Ginobili.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Green with the block. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Here's the prodigy. He's guarded by Ellis. From 13. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And the Spurs lead by 3.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs Games team.
So it's both teams making Pacers trail by 7. Outside, George. 4 seconds left. That's good on the jump shot. George has got 12 points in the game.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And it's Indiana's ball. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. The prodigy, he's in at point guard. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Mills. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. That's the San Antonio 5. Aldridge with a screen on George. The prodigy passes to Aldridge. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
First personal foul.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Spurs?
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. But they'll get another chance.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Shooting for San Antonio, Marcus Aldridge. Taking 2 shots.
That's good from Aldridge. Walker's checked in for Patty Mills. Second free throw, no good.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back. Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And yes, sir, that one drops. The prodigy's got the lead up to 9 now for the Spurs.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Allen against Parker. Aldridge with a screen on Allen. Parker passes to the prodigy. 6 on the shot clock from 18 feet away. And the Spurs scoring again. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Allen dishes to Green. Back to Allen. Feeds to Ellis. The pass to Green. 14 feet away. Cannot hit. Nice D from Aldridge.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass. Looking at the game for the prodigy, 10 points and 5 assists.
You know what? He's getting to the line. He's passing. He's really just converting in both those areas. He has been money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really old school basketball, and you know how that is. Certain parts of the game never go out of style. They're always relevant, and he's excelled in those areas today.
Mahinmi's checked in for the Pacers. Lawson comes in for Tony Allen. And the shot drops as they pick up 2 points from the prodigy. The prodigy's got the lead, back up to 10 now for the Spurs. Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, I had a chance to find out what Nate McMillan was discussing with his players. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And throw good, Paul George. And both free throws good for Paul George.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
To the middle, it's stolen by Mahinmi. Outside Lawson. George with the ball. Now defended by the prodigy.
That's it. Tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Pass to Ginobili. And it's San Antonio with another.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
George with the ball. Can't get it to fall.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Turner's checked in for Indiana. And Lawson, here we go, picked his pocket. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody left. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's how you make a a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Leonard has been playing really well. He has 15 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
The Spurs making a switch here. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one.
David, congratulations on what was a very decisive win. What does this type of game say about this team?
Well, we want to be an aggressive defensive team. That's sort of the thing.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
There's no question about it. As far as small forwards go, Kawhi Leonard is right up there with the best of them. You know if you leave him open, he's going to knock it down every look he gets. But what makes him elite is his stifling brand of D.
This is what you love to see out your star play.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
DJ Khaled, Convict Music, we the best. Yeah, we taking over. Listen. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on the North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, real warm in the winter. On up to Minnesota, where it's storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, 10, holla at me. B&H Town, Southside, Cloverland, Daddy, I'm the man out in Dallas. Better ass Cali. Catman out Cali with my eyes open valley. Blowing and spinning, going down Vinny. Drop 6, 4, 3, wheel hit switching. Red light stop, make it drop for the
gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity! Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. Nice work. Let's get some more shots up before we get out of here.